Alright, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the survey creation tool at modernresearch.org. If you go to the home page, you'll see a little button that says to launch the creator tool. You click that button and you'll be taken to a login screen. If you haven't created an account, you can create one there, and I've already created an account, so I'm going to log in with that account. You'll be presented with a list of all your surveys, and of course there aren't any surveys because we're just starting, so you're going to click down here on the button that says create a survey. Now the first thing you're going to want to give your survey is a name, and we call that the internal name. I'm going to create a quick inventory of depressive symptomatology survey. Now you have the option of specifying a group, which is just so that you can help organize your surveys. Now, if for some reason you wanted your participants, when they took your survey, to see a different name than what the actual name of it is, then you would put like that alternative name here. And the survey description is what your participants are going to see when they first come to your survey. It's just a brief description or any kind of message that you want to give to your participants. You put that here. And your survey can have any number of URLs associated with it. So I'm just going to create a new one. And on the notes, I'm going to call it something easy for me to remember, and I'm going to activate that URL. And of course the URL is just randomly generated. Say OK. And I'm going to allow the participants to see their progress through my survey, even though I'm only going to create one page right now for the demo. And then if I want some kind of data for the user to make sure that they fill out when they create the survey, then I can check that here. So for right now I'm not going to check anything, but just real easy to check those on and off to make sure you get that information from the user. Now on the page, this is where you actually create the page, and you can see it's just a default blank page for now. What I'm going to do is delete that, and I'm going to create a page object using one of the built-in dark background pages. You can see what that looks like over here. And in this template here, there's a little comment that says that we can put some items, and we put them down here. So what I'm going to do is create a text object. The text object is going to give instructions to the user. So I put everything I want to show to the user there. I'm going to change to the Arial black font, make it a little bolder. I'm going to change the font size, and I'm going to make sure that the text wrapping is turned on. I'm going to set that to wrap. I'm also going to come down here to the advanced options, and I'm going to change the margin to make sure that it's not right at the top of the page but has a little space. Now you can see that here's my instructions there. Now I'm going to click the Format XML, which is going to make the XML just nice and pretty. You can see this is the text block that I just created, and underneath it I'm going to add a multiple choice question. So again, here's the question text. This is a question about falling asleep, and the value is when people answer the question, this is what the answer is going to be stored as. So I'm just going to give it a little code so I know what it is, and I'm going to call it Quid 01 because it's the first question of the Quid survey. And here's the different options. I'm going to create 4 options starting with 0, and each one is going to be a little bit about possible depressive symptoms. So I'm just going to paste these in here. And oops, looks like I missed one. Let's see. Okay. And I'm going to leave the option orientation to vertical, which means my options are going to be in a straight line up and down. I'm going to change go into advanced options here again, and I'm going to make the horizontal alignment left, and again I'm going to add a margin of about 20. So you can see that now created this question here. And one of the nice things about this is you can do as much tweaking as you like. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the options here, and I'm going to set the margin to be 0. And you'll see as I go through and set that how the options get closer together, and that just makes it look really nice and pretty. I think I missed one up here. There we go. And makes it really tight. Okay, and so I have two objects, one text object, one question object. I'm going to add another multiple choice question. basically just the same thing, asking about sleeping during the night. I'm going to call this one quid 02. And again, I'm going to start with 0, have 4 options, and ask them about their sleep. Okay. Okay. And just like the others, I'm going to leave it as vertical. And again, going to the advanced options, I'm going to set the horizontal alignment to left. I'm going to give it a 20 on the margin. And again, it creates it, and I'm going to go back through and set the options to have a margin of 0. Okay. So what we now have is the instructions and 2 sets of questions. I'll click the format, and I'm going to save and close this. Okay, so you'll see that this creates now a depression group, of which my quick inventory of depressive symptomatology is there. So now the next thing, once it's created, I have a URL. I'm going to click on the URL button, and you can see that my URL is there with the notes. I'm going to copy this to the clipboard. I'm going to create a new tab. I'm going to paste that in, and this is going to bring up what the users will see that are filling out my survey. And you can see it gives them the name and the description that I have there, and a little button to begin the study. So I'm going to click that. Now I can log in using the same account that I created to log into the admin interface just to test it out. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay. And this is the first page of my survey that I just created. So I can click on any of these options here. So click here, and then the next button lights up, and you can see I have completed 0 out of 1 page. Okay, I click. Now the survey is done, and that was it. Now, if I go back to the admin screen and I go here to the results section, then you can see this was the data that I just provided. So you can see the user that I completed it, which survey it was, information about me, and you can see some information about when I started, when I ended, how much time elapsed. Now there's only 1 page, so there's not much to elapse. And then these were the 2 options that I chose and the point values. Now you can also see here, and this is convenient, the URL I use is associated with testing. That was what I put into the URL field. It also gives an IP address and the actual URL that I used. Now I can click on download to Excel, and I'll get a new window that pops up here, and I'll have the Excel spreadsheet with my data, and I can open that up. And here is all the data. So now that it's in Excel, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it, and use any kind of statistical analysis software, SPSS or R, or whatever it is that you normally use. So that is the basics to creating a survey, and we'll be posting some more tutorials about different aspects of the software. Thanks.